Right now you've got a sheet where you've got a number of isometric blocks and shapes. You've tried some thicker thin lines and some outlining. Now we're going to do some shading to make these blocks look really three-dimensional. First of all, we're going to start with a simple block. We're going to start with this one over here. Okay, the first thing we need to do is decide where the light is going to come from. Now usually obviously the light comes down from above. I've also obviously got a ceiling light, or obviously the sun if it's outside. So light usually comes from above. Now my light's going to come from above and to the left in this direction. So the lightest part of the block is obviously going to be the top of the block here. The darkest side of the block is going to be the furthest face of the shape away from the light, so it's going to be this side, and on this side we're going to do medium. So we're going to do 3 tones: dark, medium and light. I'm going to use this blue pencil crayon. Okay, you might need a ruler for this because we're not going to measure anything, but we're going to use the ruler to help us. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to shade in the dark side, so we always work with the dark side first. So I'm going to use the ruler just to help me get that straight edge. Now the direction I shade in is important. Okay, I'm going to follow the bottom of the block, and I'm going to keep my pencil moving in the same direction in that 30-degree angle that we draw isometric blocks in, like so. And this is going to be very dark, so I'm going to press on very hard with my pencil. And we're looking for a nice even tone. Okay, we don't want any white bits. We're not going to scribble. We're going to have a nice flat, even tone of colour. The next tone I'm going to do is medium. So first of all, what I'm going to do is go over fairly lightly, and again I'm using the same technique. My pencil's moving the same direction all the time. I'm using this direction, I'm following the bottom and the top of the block. I make that a little bit darker by going over that area again. Again, a nice even tone. Okay, and that's about right. That's quite nice. So there's a definite difference between the dark and the medium. You can see that. Now the top I was going to follow this direction here. Okay, and again the top is going to be the lightest side, so the top is going to be very light. So literally I'm just going to touch the page with the pencil very lightly and do the top like that, and you can just about see that very lightly indeed. So we've got 3 tones: dark, medium and light, and you can definitely tell the difference between the 3. Okay, let's practice that again. This time we're going to do a more complicated block. We're going to do this one here. So this time the light, I want to change the direction of the light. The light's going to come in from the top right like this. So I reckon the top of the block is going to be light. The front of the block I think would probably be light as well, as the light comes down in this direction. It hit the block here and here. Darkest side is going to be the furthest away. This is here, and then the medium is going to be here. Some light will still hit that. So first thing again is I'm going to do the dark side first. Stick with the blue pencil crayon. Dark side first. Okay. And then I'm just going to change the angle of the ruler to get that. Just cheat a little bit. Change the direction of my pencil crayon slightly. That's okay, as long as you get a nice even tone. You don't want to see any marks. That way. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to do the medium side next. Now I'll press on lightly first of all, because I can always make this darker. But it's difficult to make it lighter unless I use an eraser, and then it's going to get messy. Okay, there we go. Very quick. So definitely dark, definitely medium, and now I'm going to do the light. Here's the light again. And you can see that I keep my pencil moving pretty much all of the time. And I'm going to do the top as well. And there we go. And again, definitely see dark, medium, and light. You can definitely see the three tones. Okay, we're going to have a go at one of the more complicated blocks. We're going to change the pencil. This time we're going to do green. We're going to have a go at one of the U shapes. The light is going to come from this direction, I think, from the top left. So this side is going to be the dark side. So I'm just going to move my crayon over, my ruler over. So I'm still using the ruler just to help me. Try and keep the direction going the same way, but if you do have to switch just to fill in the edges, that's fine. Pressing on hard with the pencil. Okay, there we go. Now there'll be another dark area in here, because as the light comes across the block, it's going to hit the top but not going to get into here, so that's going to be a dark area as well. Now I'm doing this pretty quickly, you can spend more time on it than me. And maybe, possibly, just at the bottom area here, there will be some light gets in there, but not much. So it's probably a medium tone, medium or dark tone. And then on the side here, this is going to be medium. It's all about the pressure you put on the pencil. Obviously, the more pressure you put on the pencil, so the harder you press down with the pencil, the darker it will be. So just relax a bit when you're doing the medium and the light. Just relax your hand a bit. Okay, it says medium, and then the top, very lightly. Again, pencil moving in the same direction all the time, very lightly. And I'm just going to actually go over that medium just a small bit, just a bit more, just add a bit. So there's definitely a difference to dark, medium, and light. Really brings those shapes to life, makes them look three-dimensional. I think, okay, I'll do one more, and then you can have a go. We'll do a red one. We'll do the steps. Okay, this time I'm going to have the light coming in from this direction. Okay, from top left. So there's going to be light, top here, light, light, medium, 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 and dark. Okay, so actually, so let me just think. Okay, so yeah, I'll do this dark. It's going to be dark. Again, using my ruler to help me. Again, following the direction of the bottom of the block. Okay, try to keep the pencil going in the same direction as the bottom of the block. Okay, that's fine. Nice and dark. Now these are going to be medium. Now this is not, you know, it's not exactly realistic, not true to life, but it does help you to understand that this is a three-dimensional object. And then I'm going to do these areas very light. So this is quite a soft pencil, so I need to be very careful, because otherwise I'm not going to get much of a difference between the light and the dark. You can see there that maybe I need to make my medium tone a little bit darker, not too dark, because I don't want it to be the same as the dark, just so that there's a contrast between the two. Okay, and something like that's fine, that's good. Okay, so definite dark, medium, and light. Okay, one more thing, what I'm going to show you to do, I'm going to show you to do some rendering. With rendering, we're making, we're going to make our shapes look like a material, and the material we're going to make it look like is pine. Okay, which is obviously a type of wood. So I'm going to do that on one of the blocks. So I'm going to go for this one. Okay. So light's going to come from this direction, I reckon. So top and this sloping part here is going to be light, and the front's going to be medium, and then this side's going to be dark. And we're going to use a yellow pencil crayon. Okay, because we get wood, pine wood is yellow, kind of yellowy in colour. Now we need to press on really hard to get that dark yellow. Okay, and then we're going to do the medium tone, which should be the front here. Medium, and then very, very light on the top, and very light on the sloping, what we call chamfered edge there. So definitely dark, medium and light, it's a definite tone. Now what I'm going to do now is going to use a brown pencil crayon just to draw in the grain of the wood. Let's just have a look at the block of wood. We can see the grain. The grain is the pattern in the wood. So we're going to have a go at trying to kind of mimic the pattern in the wood. Now we can see the pattern, what we call the end grain, which is the kind of end of the block. We can see the end grain has these kind of rings. You imagine that these, or the tree was obviously round, and these are the rings inside the wood that tell us kind of maybe how old the tree is. It's not very accurate, but we can get some make a guess at how old the tree is by each ring representing a year. Anyway, we're going to have a go at trying to replicate that, so let's take that to one side. Okay, so brown pencil crayon. Now the end grain, I think we're going to do the end grain on here. This is going to be the end grain. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll start just at this kind of corner here, and if your pencil crayon is a bit too sharp, then you might find that the end breaks off. So it's best just to wear maybe the end of the pencil down a little bit. Now I'm going to draw rings, concentric rings, which means they have the same centre. Out like that. Okay, that's fine. Fairly roughly. It's not supposed to be neat. And then from those lines where they meet the edge of the block, I'm going to draw some very rough and not exactly straight lines coming out of there, like this, to represent the pattern of the grain in the wood. When it gets to the top bit here where the light part is, I'm going to press on lightly there, and we're going to end up with something that looks like that. Now, it's obviously not realistic, but it does give the impression that that block is made of wood. So that's rendering. Okay, so I've shown you a few techniques. I've shown you the few techniques on some different blocks. So we've got shading, 3 tones, dark, medium and light, and then we've got the rendering, dark, medium and light with a yellow pencil crayon, and then we draw in the grain with a brown pencil crayon. So have a go on the rest of your blocks and finish the sheet. When you finish, you should end up with a sheet that looks something like this. Try some different colours, not too many. I've chosen 3, my red, green and blue, and try some blocks. Try and render some blocks to look like wood as well. And so do a mix around the page, and try to have the light coming in from different directions on the block as well. Okay, there you go.